Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the Veggie Vet. This your boy Chad. We out here in the garden. Got some things we gonna harvest today. I'm gonna do a little tour, show you what I got going on. First of all, thank you guys. Thanks for joining me. If this your first time, hopefully you come back. If you're returning, thanks for coming back. Give me a like if you like what you got going on. Give me a thumbs up, share, all the good stuff. So let's turn this thing around. Let's show you the garden. Let's show you what we got going on. I did a little work this weekend. I made me a new entrance. Pretty happy with it. Let me show you. All right, here we go. Boom. So this is when the fence goes up. That's my vision. Fence going up. This is going to be the main entrance. And then I'll have some type of like cool gate or something going in. I'll put some lattice on the side so I can eventually let something grow across the arch. I don't know what I'm doing at the top yet. And yeah, it's pretty tall, but that's okay. So let's see what we got going on. So in the garden, remember, tomatoes on the right, cucumbers on the left, looking good. They are looking amazing. We've been getting rain for the past few days. I think I did a garden update 5 days ago was my last one, and I mean, if you go back and look at that, these things have popped. Everything is just grown. So like I said, things we gotta harvest, little cherry tomatoes, gonna be pulling those here in a little bit. We do have some cucumbers showing, little guys, just little guys, but plenty of tomatoes. We actually gonna walk around the backside and show you the tomatoes, man. They are just going. Cabbage is doing pretty good. More cucumbers looking great. Found a little bug eating on the leaf last night, but I took care of it, so hopefully no more buggies eating on the leaves, but that happens, gardening, especially organic, no sprays. So let's go look at these tomatoes on this backside here, guys. These are my indeterminate tomatoes, so they're gonna keep growing. They're already 8 foot tall, at least. I mean, some even taller. They're growing. And this is my trellising system, and this is called the lean and tilt or something like that, where I can unloosen these up here and kind of let it drop down, and that's what I've done here. If you look at this tomato, because it's already grown and it's already leaning out, because tomatoes are actually a vine. So it's just gonna lean, and as it continues to grow throughout the season, I'll just keep dropping it down, cleaning off the bottom leaves, harvesting as it's ready. So let's look at these tomatoes, guys. I mean, plenty, just waiting for the colors. Waiting for the colors. So right here, we got a little, what's it called? Let's see what this is called right here. It's called a gold nugget tomato. It is actually a determinate tomato that I mislabeled and thought it was my champagne, and I've been trimming it. So it's not gonna be much of a harvest, but luckily I got 3 plants of each one. I got 2 more in the determinate tomato patch, and they're gonna grow just fine. This right here, this one is our hybrid Tommy early girl right here. So we're gonna be pulling that one today. More little cherry tomatoes. That's my sweetie tomato. That's what I thought it was. That's my sweetie tomatoes. And there's more of them. They're just, so that's the champagne bubbles, I believe is what it's called. Yes sir, champagne bubbles tomato right there. So I haven't got one yet. The one we were gonna get, my daughter already ate it. She says it's good, so I'll get the next one. So there's tomatoes, like I said, I mean, 8-9 foot tall. My Florida weave, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I've got to figure out something, because I did not expect them to get that tall. So I think I'm gonna get 2 more trellises or cattle panels and go ahead and just make this whole opening, then just trellis them tomatoes across. I mean, you can see growing like crazy, but that's a good problem to have. Blessed. Herb bed looking good. Thyme, parsley. Uh-oh, somebody get them. It happens. Lemon balm, cabbages looking good. Basil. That's Genovese basil right there. That's sweet basil right there. Potatoes looking good. Man, everything's going off right now. Sorry guys, that's what happens when I live in the middle of a small town. I love it though. All right, and then over here we got our tomatoes going up. So these little things right here are called little Tommy Toe tomatoes. I mean, look at these little guys. No bigger, I mean, 6 to 8 inches off out the ground, but look. I mean, look how many tomatoes are on that little guy. It's a determinate tomato, so it's gonna produce and be done, but I mean, look at that. I got some tomatoes to get off there. But cool little tomatoes to grow. So if you're into trying to get something in a small area or a pot or indoors or something, I recommend trying one of these little tomatoes. So, but they're going good. And then back there, we got a blueberry indeterminate tomato. Look at these guys. So I'm gonna harvest a few of these and we're gonna see what those taste like. I'm excited. And that's the great thing about growing everything from seed. You can try varieties that you can't normally get from stores. A little hybrid girl tomato, hybrid early girl. Yeah, I think that's it. Actually, I'm not sure on that one. Don't quote me. Don't quote me on that one. But it's still looking good. Onion bed. These are actually gonna be done soon. I mean, look at how good that looks. Oh man, it's gonna be so many onions. I mean, I didn't expect that. And then these are broccolis that I don't know what to do with them because technically it's not the season for them. I'm in Georgia, guys, zone 8A, and it's gonna be too warm. These things are probably gonna bolt, but I figure there's onions in there. I have nothing else I can really put in there right now. So until the onions come out, I'm gonna let these things grow, see what happens. If it bolts, means go to flower, then I'll pull it. Laciando kale, also known as dinosaur kale, looking beautiful. The leaves on that's beautiful. I mean, growing nicely. And I got some more back over there in the quarter of dinosaur kale, Lacianda. I think I said that right, I don't know. And this is also my pepper bed, guys. Look at these things. New Mex Joe Parker peppers right here. I mean, we're just waiting. We're kind of impatient, but we're waiting to get some color on these things. So they'll take a little while, but they, I mean, look good. Look, I can't wait. Hey, look at these. This one right here, yep, Joe Parker still. I got some little, I forget what these little peppers are called, the name of them, Do Sol or something. This is my cayenne long slim pepper. I know that one. And I do have that one labeled. It's just kind of down in the bed and I ain't feel like reaching in there right now. My sweet banana peppers, we've been pulling some of those. They're good. This is my California Wonder bell pepper. I mean, they are looking good already. Looking good. Here is one of the cayenne. It's starting to turn for us. So, super. All right, guys, remember the corn was man down last time? Look at this. I staked it all up. I went and got some stakes. Got tassels and silks on it, baby. Tassel and silks. So, let's hopefully, like I said, corn is wind pollinated. So just in case, I've been coming out here and moving it around. That's the reason if you got a small area, you want to grow corn in a bed, 4x4, 5x5. So it's kind of packed in on each other. And then I think they're called tassels or some up here. These are called silks. And that way they get pollinated. So if you ever get corn where you look at the end of it and it's not fully kerneled or all the way through, that means all the silks didn't get pollinated. And that's why you want to make sure they get pollinated well, and they get pollinated by that up there. And then you get a good, nice head of corn, as long as the worms don't get to it. But this thing, they came back, they bounced back. I'm so blessed and so excited. Thank you, Jesus. So that's 7-8 foot tall. It's called peaches and cream. That's what the corn we got there. Which, because when it went down, guys, I went ahead and planted some more corn, and that's actually popped up in my bed. So here comes the teepee. Look at the teepee. You got cucumbers growing up the teepee, and then around it we have dwarf sunflowers, and I have it kind of spread out. Dwarf sunflowers, couple on each side, and that's one right there. And then some other flowers, nasturtiums and stuff like that, zinnias, and hopefully they start blooming. But look how cool that looks. And that's, the teepee's probably 8 foot tall. but I can walk inside of it, get underneath. So the goal is let it all grow up, pick the cucumbers. It's easier to pick too, they're dangle, but it's also just a cool thing to do, be in the middle of town. Here's the zucchinis, guys. They're just growing, looking good. I went ahead and put some aluminum foil around the bottom, and what that does is help prevent against squash vine borers. And if you get those, I mean, your plant's done. And I only planted a few of these, and that's my mistake when I planted so much of everything else. So I'm really trying to protect it and go ahead and stay ahead of the game. But yes, squash vine borers, they get down in your vine, split it open, and just decimate the plant from inside out. And they pretty much, I mean, if they get in there, you're not getting rid of them. So tomato plant, this aroma, she's looking good, just waiting for some to ripen, but she has some tomatoes on her. So looking good. My other pepper bed, now guys, I got these, it's called emerald giant bell pepper. Look at these things. So I got to pull that one. I mean, look how they get kind of long, but they are so massive. Here's one. That's the one I was looking for. Look at this, guys. Look how nice that looks. Look at that pepper. That's, put my hand beside it. Let's see. Bigger than my palm. So super happy about that. So I'll be pulling that one here soon. We got some more over here. Just peppers growing all over, all in the pepper bed. Everything's growing healthy, looking good. And then my determinate tomato bed. Remember, determinate, they're determined to finish their life. So they're producing. Be pulling some of those soon. Here's some right here. Like I said, I had some tomatoes to pull, some other stuff. I got some onions to pull. So we'll do a little harvest here in a minute, and then I'll make sure I'll show you what we get. So that's the indeterminate tomato bed. And then our muscadine, it was here when we bought the house, and I trimmed it back, and it's crazy how these things grow. I mean, I've trimmed this thing back like crazy, and it has grown. Man, it's just, plants amaze me. They amaze me. So like I said, when the corn went down, I went ahead and planted some more corn and beans. So this is my little beans, and they're popping. Mostly lima beans. So they're popped up. That rain helped me, and that's was my goal, to plant it with time it with the rain, and it came through. Carrots, looking good. So we're gonna have some carrots. Like I said, all of them didn't germinate. That half did, that half didn't. Don't know why, but I'm blessed with what I get. Here's the corns. I don't know if you can see these guys. There we go. Little corn bed popped up. So the thing about corns, they can cross-pollinate. So you don't want to plant them too close to each other. And if you don't have a big garden, then you need to do it based on timing. So that the other corn over there, as you can tell, it's on its way to finishing its life. It's gonna be pushing through and hopefully producing some corn here soon. So with that happening, these are babies. In no way can they catch up and get anywhere where they can pollinate that corn, or the wind can blow any of the pollination over there to get it contaminated or cross-pollinated, I guess. So that's another little tidbit for you to learn. Like I said, guys, I'm out here trying to learn, doing my research, having fun with it, trying to pass it on. But always remember, don't be afraid just to do it. Just have fun with it. It's all about just getting out here and doing it. You watch these garden videos, they kind of scare you a little bit. You got to do this, do that. You ain't got to do nothing. All I say, 3 things. You got to put the seed in the soil. Soil needs water, and then go from there. But it ain't gonna grow if it's not planted. So I hope you guys have a great week. It's Sunday, May 18th. Thank you for hanging out with me a few minutes today. I hope you enjoyed the tour. I'm gonna harvest a few things, and then I'll show you. I'll post some videos in the comment, or some pictures in the comments, show you what I got from the garden. All right, later guys, thanks.